Luka Dončić is now an LA Laker and will be playing alongside LeBron James. As strange as that may sound, it's the reality. So, how is this dynamic going to work? How will Luka and LeBron fit together? Previously, with LeBron and Anthony Davis, the team had a clear structure. That duo was the foundation of their success, leading them to the 2020 championship. This approach aligns with the Lakers' history, pairing a dominant guard with a strong big man, then building the rest of the roster around them. However, things are different now. With two ball-dominant perimeter players in Luka and LeBron, the chemistry on the court could get tricky. But surprisingly, I believe this partnership can work well for several reasons. First, this isn't prime 2014 LeBron. He has played off the ball more this season than ever before. A big reason for that is JJ Redick stepping in as the head coach, as well as LeBron's own willingness to adjust his game to manage his energy levels as he ages. Additionally, Austin Reaves has stepped up as a valuable playmaker for the Lakers. Before, D'Angelo Russell handled much of the ball distribution, but Reaves has taken on a larger role in their perimeter offense. Most fans are already aware of this, but his continued development makes the LeBron-Luka pairing even more interesting. LeBron has been playing off the ball more than ever, and that trend is only going to continue with Luka on the team. There could be opportunities for him to take on more of a screening role, setting screens for Luka and then rolling to the basket. The Lakers have already experimented with this alongside Austin Reaves, and with JJ Redick at the helm, you can expect even more creativity. Redick's past relationship with Luka and their basketball discussions make it clear that he's eager to make this work. Plus, it's not like Luka is new to playing with another star. When the Mavericks brought in Kyrie Irving, Luka adjusted his game to complement him. They increased their pace, recognizing that a faster tempo would maximize their effectiveness with both stars on the court. Luka wasn't completely playing off the ball, but he did adjust to it more because there were possessions where Kyrie took over as the primary creator. He's already been in a system where another all-NBA level player operated alongside him, so this won't be an entirely new experience for him. The key difference between LeBron and Kyrie, though, is spacing. While LeBron has improved as a shooter over the years, Kyrie is naturally a much better floor spacer. He's also far more comfortable and experienced playing off the ball compared to LeBron, which could make their dynamic a bit different. Even though LeBron has adjusted to playing off the ball more this year, Kyrie has spent much of his career as a co-star and secondary option for various teams. That's a role LeBron will need to grow more comfortable in, especially when it comes to spacing the floor, something Kyrie already excels at. That said, I believe LeBron will embrace this change. Having Luka on the team, along with Anthony Davis, could bring new energy to him and the Lakers. While AD has been his go-to guy, sometimes a shakeup is necessary. Plus, LeBron will have the opportunity to pass down his knowledge to Luka, who many see as the next generation version of him. Luka and LeBron share a similar vision for the game, though Luka has always been more ball dominant than LeBron ever was at any point in his career. However, their excitement to play together could lead to a refreshed and energized version of both players. Offensively, I genuinely believe this pairing will work. Of course, Anthony Davis not being there changes a lot for the Lakers. They've adjusted their style with him this season, having him facilitate more and play the 5 more often than ever before, despite his preference for the 4. As of now, the Lakers are still searching for another big, and I'd be surprised if Jackson Hayes remains their starting center past the trade deadline. Without AD at the rim, the Lakers will have to lean more on perimeter-oriented sets, which will be a big shift. How they adjust remains to be seen, but it's clear that their offensive approach will evolve. Now, on the defensive end, this is going to be a major issue. Luka, Austin Reaves, and LeBron, without strong rim protection, could be a defensive disaster. Once Luka is back and playing, I wouldn't be surprised if speculation starts about Austin Reaves potentially moving to the bench. Defensively, his presence isn't a necessity, and offensively, with Luka and LeBron dominating the ball, his role could become redundant. It might make more sense to slot in a bigger, more defensive-minded player, someone like Dorian Finney-Smith, into the lineup while using Reaves as a key bench contributor. Basically, Reaves would take on a role similar to what D'Lo had before being traded, acting as the bench creator and playing alongside either LeBron or Luka, depending on the situation. However, defensively, if those three are on the floor together, it's going to be a real challenge. There will definitely be games where the Lakers close with Luka, LeBron, and Reeves simply because they want their best players on the floor. But without solid rim protection, especially without Anthony Davis, this could be a nightmare on defense. Unless the Lakers bring in someone like Nick Claxton or Clint Capella to anchor the paint, they're likely going to struggle defensively for the rest of the season. Losing Max Christie doesn't help either, even though they did add defensive depth before the deadline, including someone like Dorian Finney-Smith for perimeter defense. But at the end of the day, I don't think this trade was made primarily with defense in mind. Many people have been trying to justify the trade, saying that Anthony Davis was everything for the Lakers, and that while he'll be great defensively for Dallas, Luka doesn't contribute much on that end. They argue that the Lakers will struggle defensively and that the team doesn't really fit together, but honestly, I don't think that was the point of the trade. How the Lakers perform this season isn't the main reason they made this move. In fact, I don't even believe this trade was made with LeBron in mind. He might be on the team for another year, maybe two, but beyond that, he's likely to shift his focus elsewhere, possibly even running the Vegas expansion franchise. This trade was about building for the future, not just maximizing LeBron's remaining years. I wouldn't be shocked if the Lakers made this trade without even consulting LeBron. Reports suggest they simply decided to go ahead with it, and honestly, I don't think their mindset was about maximizing this season's title chances. Yes, Luka is an upgrade over AD in terms of sheer talent, and the Lakers might be a tougher matchup in the playoffs, but in terms of immediate fit, this isn't an ideal mid-season move. Unlike an off-season trade, they didn't have the time to properly build around Luka, whether that's adding a big, more wings, or even flipping assets for a draft pick. Mid-season trades make it harder to create a perfectly balanced roster. But again, that's not the point. This move wasn't just about this season. Luka is the future face of the Lakers, and that's the bigger picture here. I believe everything the Lakers do in the upcoming seasons will be focused on building the team around him. This shift in mindset has become more evident over the past couple of years. For instance, LeBron's preference for JJ Redick as head coach highlights the team's desire for a young, emerging coaching talent, which speaks to their long-term vision. The Lakers have also become more strategic about preserving future first-round picks. In fact, one of the reasons they had a pick to trade in the Anthony Davis and Luka trades was due to holding on to the 2029 first-round pick, and they still have the 2031 pick in their arsenal. This is a team that's been more hesitant than ever to trade future first-round picks, as they're focusing on building for the future, and Luka certainly aligns with that long-term vision. While we're discussing how this year's team fits together, the bigger question is how Anthony Davis will fit with the Mavericks moving forward. The Mavs are the ones making the moves for this season, while the Lakers seem more focused on their long-term strategy. The irony is, it's very possible that the Lakers could find themselves competing against Luka and the Mavs in the playoffs down the line. We're still far from that, but teams like Dallas and Denver, with their strong front-court size, will present serious challenges for the Lakers. Without a true center or a starting caliber 5, and with LeBron often playing the 4, the Lakers may struggle to match up against these bigger teams. And while the Lakers will have bigger players on the floor, they won't have dominant, true bigs in the paint. Ironically, teams like Dallas present a tough matchup for them. It'll take time, especially with Luka still recovering from injury post-All-Star break. He'll probably be back later in the season, but I genuinely believe the Luka-LeBron duo will work just fine offensively. I'm not worried about how they'll mesh, even if it means Austin Reeves moving to the bench or figuring out closing lineups. The real challenge for them will come on the defensive side. Without Anthony Davis on the floor, they'll miss his immense impact on defense, as he's one of the most dominant big men in the league, not named Victor Wembanyama. Replacing that presence will be tough, especially with Luka's defensive limitations. While Luka did show some effort on defense in the finals and postseason, he's not known for his defensive prowess. That's something they'll need to address. But as I said, I don't think the LeBron-Luka dynamic is the issue right now. The Lakers are more focused on the future, and I think this core could work very well in the long term, especially when LeBron is no longer around.